Hello everybody, welcome back to Buzzard-Roost. I am Buzzard. And this is Let's Do It Together. This will be the week 4 of doing this. Like I said, I've been doing it about every other week. And this one we're going to do KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Now, as you probably already know, you always see me walking around with my coffee. Gotta have my coffee. So, I only bought 2 items this week. I bought some freeze-dried coffee. And I bought 20-pound bag of rice. Like I said, keeping it simple. The coffee, I did not put no nutritional values on it. For me, I guess you say it's a necessity until I don't have it no more. But anyway, the bag of rice alone is 32,320 calories total for this 20-pound bag. Now, after week 3, we had 54,345,000 calories, or 54,345. So we got a grand total of 86,665 calories. Now, for the 4 weeks, and that's at $15 a week that you're spending extra, we basically have 5 days, almost a week, for a family of 4 at 1,600 calories a day. Now, like I said, that ain't working calories. Working calories is way higher. But this will sustain you maybe through winter or until you can get a garden started and you can start supplementing stuff from your garden or your livestock. The one thing I do like so much about rice is it's versatile. You can mix just about any seasoning in it. You can make it sweet, you can make it spicy, you can make it savory, you can add vegetables, just about any kind of meat to add in with it, which will increase your calorie intake. And for like around here, it'd be easy to get a squirrel and some rice for dinner, maybe throw in some of the tomatoes or some squash, things like that, potatoes. You can make a very nutritious meal out of it. But anyway, the total for this week was $13.61. Now, for ones that have started watching me, I do include tax simply because I have to pay tax. That gives us a net positive of $6.45. So, all I can say is to keep stocking up. Hopefully you spent your first stimulus check wisely, whether it was to pay your bills, get caught up on them, keep your head on them, adding food. Food storage is pretty easy if you just do a little bit at a time. And that's why on the first series I done, I asked, what would be the minimum or the amount weekly that you could put toward it, average it up, come up with $15. Now, some people ain't going to be able to afford 15, and I understand that. The ones that can't afford, say, the $15 or more, my suggestion would be try to get bulk items like the rice here. This 20-pound bag of rice, let me see how much it was. 20-pound bags of rice was $8.48 and then plus tax. So this is something that you could do on just, if this is the only thing you bought for the week. Maybe you'd want to buy, for 2 weeks in a row, buy a 20-pound bag of rice. Rice, beans, that would be your main staples. So, but they're really calorie dense. The beans have a lot of protein in them. And like I said, you can add just about any kind of meat that you can get into it to bring up the nutritional value, make it more flavorful. But like I said, that's one thing I like about the rice is you can add cinnamon sugar for it and make it a breakfast rice. You can add, you know, a little ground beef or a can of beef to it. Maybe a little bit of spices. You seen in the one the I think it was week. Let me see. I think it was week 2 that I bought the all the spice packets. There's you can you can do so much to keep you from getting food fatigue by adding these spices to it or different meats. So do what you can. Uh, I know some people still haven't got a stimulus check. I don't know them personally, but I've heard that people still haven't got them. But they're talking about another stimulus check. Give you an idea of some of the things I bought with the stimulus check I had before was I bought cattle panels we're redoing the front fence. In an emergency, I could make a pen out of it for maybe someone trapped some wild pigs around here. I also bought a solar fence charger. I bought some lumber for the super chickshaw, and I bought 24 I bought 22 hens and 2 roosters from Ideal Poultry, and I've had them 4 days now. I think it was 4 or 5 days. I can't remember exactly. I've lost one. They was all alive when they got here. They all stayed alive for several days. I just lost one, and that's just part of livestock. You're going to lose livestock for what seems to be no reason. So if you already spent your first stimulus check, if you get a second one, maybe think about adding some food to your pantry. Uh, go with can items, and then also get beans and rice. Try to get some bulk items to build your pantry up. But it will help you if things get really bad. Now there are some people. Um, I watched a video from Alaska Prepper AP, and he was talking about I think it was a news article that said 26 million people in America is uh, going hungry or doesn't have food. Uh, Try not to be one of those people. Sometimes there's situations that you are not in your control, but like he was also saying, this for people that can't afford it, help them out. Um, kind of give you an idea. Everyone knows how many eggs I've been uh, glass water glassing. I've got some that's coming up on the tail end of what they suggest is good. So what I done is I had 90 in the bucket, took 30 of them out, boiled them up, and fed them to the pigs. I've given eggs away and squash. My goodness, I've had squash out the ears. Tomatoes are finally starting to produce, but they're not real big. I kind of just left them alone because didn't I didn't think they was going to make it at first. But help people out. Uh, like AP was saying, there's some people that won't ask for help. Uh, I usually just the people around my neighborhood here. I'll show up, say, "Hey, I had got 5 gallon bucket full of squash and 20-30 pounds in the freezer. You want some? I'd hate to throw it away." That doesn't that doesn't hurt their ego because you're not saying that hey, you need this, take it type of thing. They still have the option of saying no. I've done that with squash. I've done that with eggs. Uh, Most of the garden did not do too good. We had that real hot, dry spell, and some of the places were out of reach of being able to water them every day. So they didn't do good. Most of them died. I lost a lot of potatoes this year for some reason. The ones in the shade produced small potatoes, so I'm going to use those as my seed potatoes. And once I get a hoop house up, I may start growing some later in the season. Hopefully, the hoop house will insulate them enough, keep them warm enough that they still produce. But if you know someone that needs some help, please help them. Whether it's food, maybe they have a broke down vehicle. They're not able to work on it. Just help them out any way you can. Always let them know that you're there if they need anything. And because that's one thing about Americans, most Americans really do care for other people. Anyway, went on a little bit of a rant or rabbit hole there. Remember, only dead fish follow the flow of the stream. Don't be a dead fish. This is Buzzard. See ya.